Football, for all its glory, hasn't always been environmentally friendly. Massive crowds, floodlights blazing, thousands of vehicles heading to and from stadiums every weekend. It all adds up, but clubs are starting to realize that the future of football depends not just on trophies or transfers, but on their impact off the pitch. Sustainability is no longer just a buzzword. It's becoming a defining part of modern stadium architecture and operations. So, which Premier League clubs are taking the lead? What are they doing to make their homes more environmentally responsible? And how are they managing to combine world-class sport with genuine green innovation? Let's take a closer look at the most sustainable stadiums in the Premier League and break down what makes them stand out. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the eco-giant in North London. Tottenham Stadium isn't just a jaw-dropper for its size and modernity. Since it opened in 2019, it has been turning heads for all the right reasons, and not just because of what happens on the pitch. The stadium was designed from day one with sustainability in mind. Tottenham's approach starts with materials. During construction, the club made a point of using recycled steel and low-carbon concrete. This wasn't just about cost-cutting. It was a clear move toward reducing environmental impact from the ground up. Literally. Once inside, you begin to notice the real cleverness. The stadium has a zero-to-landfill policy. That means every single bit of waste generated on match day is either recycled or reused. Food waste gets turned into biofuel, plastic is sorted and repurposed, and nothing, absolutely nothing, is sent to rot away in a dump. That's not just good practice, it's exceptional. And the water? Rainwater is harvested from the stadium's massive roof and reused for things like pitch irrigation and toilet flushing. It's a self-sustaining loop that reduces the pressure on local water supplies and keeps the pitch green, literally and environmentally. Energy is another key factor. The stadium uses LED lighting throughout, reducing electricity consumption while keeping things bright and dramatic. Combine that with a modern building management system that optimizes heating and cooling, and you have one of the most energy-efficient arenas in world football. Tottenham isn't just building for now, they're building for the future. And if you ask fans what they think of the stadium, they'll probably talk about the beer pumps, the south stand, or the retractable pitch. But underneath all that excitement is a solid foundation of sustainability. Amex Stadium, Brighton's quiet revolution. Brighton's AMEX Stadium might not be the biggest in the league, but when it comes to sustainability, it punches well above its weight. From the moment you arrive, you can tell that things are done a little differently here. Start with transport. Brighton encourages fans to take public transport to games by including the cost of train or bus travel in the price of a matchday ticket. That's not just generous, it's strategic. It reduces the number of cars on the road, cuts down emissions, and helps ease traffic congestion around the stadium. The club also supports park and ride schemes and bike parking, giving fans multiple green alternatives to driving. It's a smart move that shows environmental thinking can go hand in hand with fan convenience. Inside the stadium, things get even more impressive. Like Tottenham, Brighton has a strong recycling policy. Waste is separated at the source, and food packaging is compostable. Catering focuses on local suppliers, cutting down on transport emissions, and supporting regional businesses at the same time. It's not just about the planet, it's about the community too. Water is another focus. The Amex Stadium uses water-efficient fixtures throughout, helping to reduce consumption during games. And with tens of thousands of fans using the facilities each week, those savings add up fast. The design of the stadium also plays a role. Built into the side of a hill in Falmer, the AMEX blends into the surrounding landscape. This reduces visual pollution and helps preserve the natural environment. The roof was designed to maximize natural light, which means less artificial lighting is needed during the day. Brighton's approach is thoughtful and holistic. They're not making bold headlines or flashy announcements, they're just getting on with it, quietly, efficiently, and with real impact. Etihad Stadium, Manchester City's green goals. Manchester City's Etihad Stadium is not only home to one of the most successful teams in recent years, but also part of a broader project to create one of the most sustainable sports complexes in Europe. The stadium itself is just one part of the larger Etihad campus, which has been developed with sustainability at its core. One of the biggest moves has been City's focus on renewable energy. The club has invested heavily in solar panels and energy-efficient systems to power both the stadium and surrounding facilities. This helps reduce dependency on the national grid and lowers carbon emissions significantly. Water management is another area where City excels. Rainwater is collected from the stadium roof and reused, while the pitch irrigation system has been optimized for efficiency. The club also monitors water usage closely and invests in upgrades that reduce waste wherever possible. City's waste policy follows the familiar Premier League pattern: reduce, reuse, recycle. But where they go a step further is education. The club runs awareness campaigns for fans, helping them understand how they can contribute to sustainability both in and out of the stadium. Whether it's reducing single-use plastics or using public transport, City fans are encouraged to play a part in the club's environmental mission. Beyond the stadium, the club's City Football Academy is a showcase of sustainable design. It includes a bridge over the River Irk to protect wildlife, rain gardens to reduce flood risk, and a sustainable transport plan for all staff and visitors. Manchester City is showing that being a footballing powerhouse doesn't mean you can't also be a leader in sustainability. Emirates Stadium, Arsenal's steady progress. Arsenal's Emirates Stadium was ahead of its time when it opened in 2006, and while sustainability wasn't as hot a topic back then, the club has been steadily making upgrades to reduce its environmental footprint. One of the key areas of progress is energy. Arsenal has partnered with renewable energy providers to ensure that the stadium runs on clean electricity. They've also swapped out older systems for energy-efficient lighting and heating solutions, gradually improving the stadium's overall efficiency. Waste reduction is taken seriously here too. The Emirates has implemented a robust recycling system, and the club has committed to eliminating single-use plastics. This includes replacing plastic cutlery and cups with compostable alternatives and introducing reusable beer cups that fans can return after the match. The club's commitment extends beyond the stadium. Arsenal has an environmental policy that applies across all departments, encouraging staff to make greener choices in every part of their work. From travel to printing policies, it's a top-down effort that reinforces the message that sustainability is everyone's responsibility. While Arsenal may not be shouting about it, their consistent progress is proof that steady, deliberate steps can make a big difference. The bigger picture. What makes all of this so impressive is that these clubs aren't required to do any of it. There's no Premier League rulebook demanding solar panels or low-flush toilets. These are voluntary choices, sometimes expensive, sometimes complicated, that these clubs are making because they believe in something bigger than just winning on the pitch. And the benefits are real. Sustainable stadiums often cost less to run in the long term. They improve the matchday experience. They connect clubs with their communities. Most importantly, they show fans, millions of them, that football can be part of the solution to the planet's biggest problems. This isn't about being perfect. No stadium is completely carbon neutral yet, and there's still a long road ahead. But the progress we're seeing is exciting, and the innovation happening behind the scenes is worth just as much praise as a last-minute goal or a clean sheet. So next time you take your seat, scarf wrapped tight, pint in hand, take a second to look around. There's more going on than you think. The pitch might be green, but thanks to smart thinking and bold leadership, so is the stadium.